Hi guys, our topic for today is about addition of integers. In this lesson, we will try to not just simply add integers, but as much as possible, we will also try to derive the rules in adding integers. First, we need to review on the prerequisites for us to be able to add integers, and one of which is the concept of opposites and how we represent them as integers. If we have gained 5 pounds in weight, we represent that as +5 or +5. And its opposite is of course lost 5 pounds, which will be represented by -5 or -5. Now how if we have losing 10 points in a game and winning 10 points in a game? Which one is +10 and which one is -10? Good. Winning 10 points means you increase your points by 10, so that's +10, while losing 10 points means a deduction to your accumulated points, so that's definitely a -10. Now how about taking 12 steps forward and 12 steps backward? Which one is +12 and which one is -12? You're doing great. Forward is usually associated with progress or improvement, and that is the one represented by +12, and backward, on the other hand, is associated with regression, so that must be a negative or -12. Now I'm sure that the concept of opposites is an easy topic, so let us now have absolute value. Our definition of the absolute value of a number is the distance of the number on the number line from 0. Now let me emphasize on the word distance. When we speak of distance, we basically count. Say the distance of my chair from the chalkboard is 15 steps. So you counted 15 steps, and when you count, you start from 1. And 1 is greater than 0, and therefore the distance is always positive. Earlier I said that the distance of my chair from the chalkboard is 15 steps. Now how if I ask, what do you think is the distance of my chair to the chalkboard? So earlier it was from the chalkboard, and this time it's to the chalkboard, meaning I start from my chair going to the chalkboard. What do you think now is the distance? Is it still positive 15 or negative 15? And what makes you say so? Okay, you might have different arguments on this and you have your reasons, but the correct answer here is positive 15. Why? Because distance, like I said, is always positive because we are counting. So regardless of your direction, the distance or the absolute value is always positive. Although in some fields of mathematics, there is a negative distance, but that is beyond this lesson. So again, when we say absolute value, it's always positive. Say, what is the absolute value of positive 35? That is positive 35 or simply 35. And what is the absolute value of negative 35? That is still positive 35 or simply 35. And with that, I think we are now ready to add integers. Now the most convenient way for me to illustrate addition of integers is using the number line. We will have two sets of problems. First is for addends with the same sign, and the second will be for addends of opposite signs. Let us have first the set of integers with the same sign. Say we have positive 3 plus positive 2. To illustrate this, of course, we start from 0. That's our starting point. And then if it's positive, we move forward or to the right, and if it's negative, we move to the left. So for positive 3, we jump 3 units to the right, and we pause here. Next is to add positive 2. Since it is positive, where do we go to, left or right? And you are right. We jump 2 units farther to the right, and we stop here. This is our sum. Therefore, positive 3 plus positive 2 is equal to positive 5. Next, say we have negative 3 plus negative 4. Again, we start at 0, and then we have negative 3, so where do we go to? Alright, it's to the left. 3 units to the left, then we pause, we add -4, so we move 4 units farther to the left, and we stop here. This is our sum. So for -3 plus -4, we get a sum of -7. Now let us observe on the sums. For +3 plus +2, the sum is +5. For -3 plus -4, we get -7. Tell me your observation. Now let's see if your observation is right. For 5 seconds, say we have -8 plus -11. What must be the correct sum? Go. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is -19. If you got the correct answer, how do you add integers with the same sign? Alright, you have your own wording for this, but I bet it's perfectly equivalent to this. To add two integers with the same sign, simply add their absolute values, then affix or copy the common sign. So for -8 plus -11, we will have 8 plus 11 for their absolute values, and that is 19. And then we affix the common sign, which is negative, and therefore the sum is -19. Now let us have some exercises. For 5 seconds, +20 plus +30 plus +40. What is the sum? Go. Time is up. The correct answer is +90. For another 5 seconds, -26 plus -4 plus -12. Alright, time is up. The correct answer is -42. Now let us proceed to the second set, which is the integers of opposite signs. Say we have -8 plus +3. So 8 is negative and 3 is positive. Obviously, they are of different signs. Now to illustrate this, again we start at 0. Then for -8, we move 8 units to the left since it's negative. Then we pause here. Now we are to add +3 and we are going to move 3 units where? Is it to the left or to the right? Yes, we are moving 3 steps to the right. And we stop here, and therefore the answer to -8 plus +3 is -5. It would be hard for us to conclude for the rule at this instance, so let's have some more examples. Say we have -8 plus +12. Now again, as always, we start at 0, and then for -8 we move 8 units to the left since it's negative, but for +12, since it's positive, we will move 12 units to the right, and here is our sum. Therefore, -8 plus +12 is equal to +4. Now at this point, some of you might already have their analysis, but to be able to validate that, let us have one more example. Say we have +4 plus -7. Again, we start at 0. We move 4 units to the right since it's positive. Then from there, we move 7 units to the left since it's negative. And where did we stop? It's at -3. Therefore, +4 plus -7 is -3. Now if at this point you're still struggling trying to figure it out, I am here to help. Now let's bring back all the 3 problems involving addends of different signs. For -8 plus +3, the answer is -5. For -8 plus +12, the answer is +4. And for +4 plus -7, the answer is -3. Alright, first thing that we have to do is forget about their signs. Let's focus on their absolute values. Think of them as the numbers you've dealt with in your earliest days in elementary. So it's like we only see 835, 812.4, and 473. We disregard their signs. For the first one, we have 8 and 3, then the answer is 5. Let me ask you this. What operation can we use for 8 and 3 to get 5? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Yes, you are right. Now let's check if this holds true for the other two problems. For 8 and 12, can we subtract 8 from 12 to get 4? Yes, absolutely. And how about 4 and 7? Is the statement 7 minus 4 equals 3 correct? Yes. And therefore, to add two integers that are of different signs, we don't add their absolute values but subtract them instead. And how about their signs? Whose sign is followed? Let's put back their signs now. For negative 8 plus positive 3, the answer is negative 5. Negative is the sign, and that is of 8, not of 4. For negative 8 plus positive 12, the answer is positive 4. Positive is the sign, and that is of 12 and not of 8. And for positive 4 plus negative 7, the answer is negative 3. Negative is the sign, and that is of 7 and not of 4. So what do you think now is the rule for the sign to use? Very good. We follow the sign of the integer with the higher absolute value. Majority wins, kumbaga. Now to wrap it up, to add integers of different signs, we subtract their absolute values, then affix the sign of the integer with a higher absolute value. Now let's answer this. For 7 seconds, positive 21 plus negative 45. Go. Okay, time is up. Correct answer is negative 24. That is 45 minus 21. That is 24. And 45 has the higher absolute value and therefore negative. Another 7 seconds. Say positive 30 plus negative 12. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is positive 18. That is 30 minus 12 is 18. And since 30 has the higher absolute value, then we affix positive. And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And before I end up my presentation, I would like to leave you one more problem. For 10 seconds, positive 5 plus negative 15 plus negative 10 plus positive 20 plus negative 10. Go. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is negative 10.